What up, YouTube? Today we're going to be going over everything you need to know about the Rawrr Mantis X. Consider this a review, how to DIY maintenance, and how you can go from your average bike to this. All right, we're facing the right direction, so let's get on with the video. All right, as you can see, we got $175 in upgrades. We're going to give you a quick review by a regular day dude who's going to tell you everything you need to know about this bike, right? So this is 600 miles of ownership, and is this bike currently worth it? All right, this is the Rawrr Mantis X, coming in at roughly $3,600 currently. We got ours for $2,000. You can go watch one of the videos on our long form content that shows you how to get it. But basically, this bike has a seat height of 35 inches. So if you're on the smaller side, this bike might be too big. It does weigh 139 pounds. All right, so if you want to pick this bike up and put it in the back of your truck, you might be able to do it. It's got some kind of weird weight where it's kind of heavy, but it's really not. All right. Starting off with the front to the back. All right, if you want to come over here, let's check the heads up display. All right, so currently we're in park. All right, so right now I cannot whiskey throttle it. All right, so right now, because it's in park, the throttle will not engage. It shows you your battery percentage, how fast you're going. We're currently in park. It does have 3 modes: eco, sport, racing. Eco mode has almost no get up and go. Sport and racing, that's where you're gonna get your top speed of 50 miles an hour. They're pretty much the same, okay? We do have a kill switch right here, in case for some reason you gotta cut off the power. Both the brakes do have brake sensors, so as if you click the brakes and you have the throttle engaged, it's going to kill power to the motor. Okay, we do have a horn. We do have a headlight switch here. So on a Rawrr Mantis X, normally it has a bigger style headlight, almost looks kind of like a buggy style. It does have a high beam and a low beam. We upgraded our headlight to a surron style Baja light with a functional headlight switch provided by Steady Garage. We'll get into that at the end of this video if you want to learn how to do it. But basically, now we have a functional headlight and tail light. All right, coming right here, we do have a direct stem mount with a 2-inch riser. All right, so this is kind of raised up, and these bars are also 2-inch risers. So everything's kind of raised up. It's real nice. Okay, coming over here to the front, we do have KKE suspension, forks, and rear spring. The rear spring is rated to 700 pounds. I believe this bike is rated for like 260 pounds, I believe. I might be wrong, but anyways, I've had some big boys borrow this bike and it'll hold over 300 pounds. Talk about the wheels. We are rocking a 1917 setup, all right? The wheels, we do have a bigger, fatter rear wheel, and they are thick, knobby tires, okay? The brakes are Kurosawa DOT4 rated brakes. We have a 220 millimeter in the front and a 203 in the back. So the brakes are good, like 4 pistons. So if you want to do like an endo stoppie, you want to slide the rear end, the brakes are good. Coming right here to this controller, we do have the Synwave programmable, it's like a Bluetooth dongle for this controller. Basically with a Synwave controller, you can adjust your throttle curve. In case for some reason you're into doing wheelies, you can adjust the throttle curve. I don't think you need it, but hey, it's an option. A cool feature that nobody really shows is this bike does have a steering wheel lock. So in case you have to run into the store and you wanted to lock it and run inside, this thing is only doing left-hand turns, all right? You cannot engage and get this wheel straight. It's pretty much just stuck doing left turns. All right, coming right here to the battery, we do have a 72 volt 30 amp hour battery. I believe Rawrr claims it gets 62 miles of range in eco. It might get 50 in eco. Realistically, we're ripping it around in sport and racing. We're usually averaging around 30 to 40, okay? Trust me, your butt's gonna hurt by the time this battery's dead, okay? We do have a 6,500 watt motor. That's 6,500 watts peak. It is also an oil-driven gearbox. It is direct chain. Come over here. It's a direct chain drive, and it also does have the gearbox right here with oil. So this bike does take approximately 60 mLs of GL4 oil, which is another reason why we're doing this video. We'll go over how to change it. Basically, at 600 miles, you're supposed to change the original brake-in, and I think it's 1,000 miles or whatever it is after that. I'll link the actual current mileage you're supposed to do, but basically I'm gonna most likely do it every 600 miles on this bike. Super easy. The foot pegs are a little bit thicker than your average surron ones, and they have plenty of grip for what they are, okay? We do have a 420 chain, a 51 tooth sprocket, we do have a chain guard, and that's essentially the bike. I don't know if I'm missing anything, but let's talk to you about this balance point if you want to get in the front. With 72 volts, this bike has plenty of power to pick it up. If you're going about 10 miles an hour, it can still pop it up no problem in that sport and racing mode. All right, so this bike with that 1917 setup, it does kind of have a sweet point for wheelies. All right, it's a little bit better than some heavier bikes. I'm not the best at wheelies, but I can wheelie this bike a little bit and it feels easier than the other bikes. Okay, let's talk to you about the, I have the toolbox right here. So when you get a Rawrr Mantis, all right, I believe it's any Rawrr, you get a toolbox, comes with everything you need to work on this bike. And also, I believe this is considered a fast charger. It's a 6 amp fast charger, and it should charge your bike in roughly 3 hours or less. I mean, the bike usually never goes below 20, 30, so it charges it up pretty quick. All right, so let's talk to you about the cons on this bike. There's really not many. If I could steal that GoPro, let me see it real quick. The only con on this bike is the actual turn radius. If you can see, that's full left, that's full right. So on a tight turn, you know, it's really not much. Besides that, the seat, the initial seat is a little slippery if you're trying to do wheelies. That's why we recommend the rib seat. And there's not a spot for a foot lock. Not that that's a big deal or a deal breaker, but that's essentially it. The headlight is usually always on. You know, not a big deal. But hey, in this video, if you keep watching, we'll show you how to have that functional on-off headlight and tail light. All right, so like I said, we spent 175 bucks on this bike. We'll go over all the stuff you need upcoming. I'll upload a couple clips of some riding, some speed clips, and how to do the oil change, how we installed the headlight and tail light, and anything else I can think of in this video. But let's get into the next clips. All right, I'm gonna go over the ride quality of this bike. This bike has a pretty long, soft, and spongy seat. Compared to the E-Ride and Surron I own, this seat is way more comfortable, but it has this texture on it, like this, I don't know, PVC. It's very slippery, so you know, if you're attempting those wheelies, you can definitely slide off the back. The suspension from the factory, it is very spongy. It kind of feels like a pogo. And as far as, I guess you could say, the turning radius on this bike has a very narrow turning radius. Like, that's all you get from the wheel. All right, so the tires that come on this bike, they are a beefy, you know, like trail tire. So for off-roading, if that's what you're looking to do, I mean, hey, this thing will rip in the dirt. So I like the pogo-y suspension in this dirt because these you don't even feel these bumps. The bang for this buck, the bang for your buck on this bike is insane. This bike is so underrated. Oh, this thing is fun to ride. All right, we're on a closed course in Mexico. We have our Rawrr Mantis X. We're gonna start off in eco mode and work our way up to the sport mode, then racing mode, and see how fast this bike goes. See the acceleration and top speed. So right now we're in eco mode. Hopefully you can see the speedometers because it's super bright out here in Florida. All right, let's get it. All right, eco mode, almost no power. 23, 25. Looks like 38 max, 38 max, that's it. Eco's got 38. All right, sport mode, 86%, let's get it. Not enough to pop up the tires. A lot more acceleration. All right, 50's it. 50 mile per hour max. Last but not least, racing mode. Let's get it. Still didn't pop the front up. Very similar to sport. Same 50 mile an hour max. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can do a wheelie on this thing. I stink at them, but we're gonna go ahead and try. The brake sensor is disconnected. They're like these little, I don't even know, 2-pin circular style cables. Anyways, let's start with a wheelie progression, dragging some feet, and see how this thing does. Let's get it. That thing really is nice. I'm telling you, that balance point, I think it's better than my e-ride. Just dance around this. Bring a little bit back. I honestly think this is better than my e-ride. Oh, now we're power chasing. Dude, this bike, where this battery is on this bike, I'm telling you, oh, not a bad wheelie bike. I'll try. All right, here's a quick top speed comparison of the Talaria XXX versus the Rawrr Mantis X. In 3, 2, 1, go! All right, we got the Rawrr Mantis X to the left and the Talaria XXX to the right. Just wanted to show you a top speed comparison of these bikes because they are in the similar price point and specs. Oh, it is close. Rawrr, Talaria. Wow, those bikes were moving. Now that Rawrr released the Rawrr Mantis X Pro, I wanted to show you a bike that was similar in specs, which is the E-Ride Pro SS 3.0 versus the Rawrr Mantis X. 1, go! Oh, I'm gone. All right, that's a wrap on the Rawrr Mantis X review. We ran out of time for the oil change, maintenance, and how to do that stuff, so we're gonna have to include that in a separate video. But hopefully you enjoy this video and get all the answers you need on this bike. Remember, life's short, buy a bike. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until the next video, see you later.